I'm back again to talk about the #1 backyard weed that has the potential to replace all of your medications. And that's pretty cool. But of course, check with your doctor before taking any of this advice, okay? This is just food for thought for you to do your own research, but there's a very, very powerful pesky herb growing in your backyard right now that can greatly benefit you, even if you're not on medications. And no, it's not marijuana. Okay. The first benefit is it can act as a potent diuretic. Okay. That means it gets rid of fluid retention, edema in your ankles and your feet. It can help you get rid of that. Now, that is going to help you reduce blood pressure. Okay. Now, there's another effect on blood pressure. It's loaded with potassium. You have to realize that when someone is deficient in potassium, their blood pressure naturally goes up, okay? Because potassium is a physiological relaxer of the vascular system. And when you don't have enough potassium, you have all sorts of issues with the heart, including blood pressure. So this weed is loaded with potassium and many other minerals, especially like magnesium. Next benefit is it can help reduce insulin resistance, which is behind, I would say, 70–75% of health problems out there. And that means it can get rid of the fat off your liver. It means that you can help stabilize your blood sugars. It can help your blood pressure from a different angle because too much insulin from insulin resistance makes your arteries stiff and hardened. Also, having too much insulin can create boils on the back of your knee. So if you have boils or a Baker's cyst, you can say goodbye to them if you consume this weed. Now, the other interesting and surprising benefit of this weed is it has the potential to reduce the reproduction of a virus, HIV virus. Okay, so it slows down the reproduction of that virus. This weed can also prevent fibrosis in your liver. So if you have fatty liver, if you have an inflamed liver that's heading towards cirrhosis, which is scar tissue, consuming this weed can slow down that process. All right, the next benefit, and I'm going to explain what 5-alpha reductase inhibitor is, but this weed can help reduce this right here, which then can reduce DHT, thereby helping you with preventing hair loss like alopecia, as well as shrink and enlarge prostate. Okay. Now, if a female has too much DHT, she could have facial hair. She can also have hair loss. So it could work in men and women. This weed, and I'm going to reveal that very soon, also acts as an aromatase inhibitor. Now, what is that? That's another blocker of an enzyme that helps lower excessive amount of estrogen. So if you're a male that has man boobs, or you're losing hair on your lower legs, or your voice is going higher, or whatever, it can help regulate that. It also works in women that have too much estrogen dominance. So it helps regulate estrogen. And this weed can help stimulate bile, which can then help with bloating, preventing gallstones, helping with constipation, and a lot more digestive issues. Okay, now, what is this herb? Dandelion greens, okay? Not just the greens, the whole dandelion. You can eat the roots, you can roast them and make coffee out of it, an alternative type of coffee, which is actually tastes very similar to coffee. The greens, which are very bitter, you put some of those in your salad. You want to probably offset these bitter greens with other types of leaves because it's very, very bitter. And it's kind of tough, but it's very therapeutic to include in your daily salads. And you can eat the little flowers, the yellow flowers, and you can put those in your salad or make a tea out of it. I'll put some recipes down below. What's interesting about this weed that everyone's trying to kill is that it's designed to survive all sorts of conditions. And because of that, it's created very powerful natural chemical compounds that you can use for your own health. In fact, that weed is way healthier than probably most of the vegetables that you're consuming. And also, its roots can go way, way down into the earth, like 20, 25, 30 feet. and grab these minerals and pull them up. So if the superficial topsoil doesn't have the minerals, it'll go down and pull the minerals up there. So when you're consuming dandelion greens, you're getting a lot more nutrition than most vegetables that don't dig their roots that deep. Now, dandelions have been around for a very long time. The Romans consumed them, the Egyptians, the Chinese, a lot of different cultures, even in India, use dandelion tea for a lot of different ailments. But you should be aware that these dandelions are growing right in your backyard. Of course, don't consume them if they've been sprayed with pesticides. Clean them very well. I recommend even growing them in your garden, and that way you'll have enough to consume on a regular basis. Dandelion greens are one of the best things for your liver after milk thistle, okay? Since so many health problems stem from your liver, it's a very, very good thing to include in your diet. Now, if you haven't seen my video on milk thistle, you should probably watch that next. Check it out.